She looked at me, she's like, nigga.
My name is Larissa, and welcome to the Entrepreneur Dreamers podcast. As most of you guys probably know, I am a travel fiend. Traveling is so close to my soul. It's done so many things for me over the past couple years, and I'm currently on a goal to get to 30 countries by the time I am 30 years old. All right, we're on country number 21, about to be 22 soon, and we working on it. Okay, sis? Sometimes when I travel, I get to come across really cool people, either that I've known from my life already or that I'm getting to know. I got really lucky because I recently was able to go to Bali, Indonesia for a pretty long stay, and I am so inspired, you guys. This is one of my favorite topics to talk about how travel can change you and how being an entrepreneur dreamer, it's important to visualize the kind of life that you want for yourself. And this girl, I'm telling you, she is doing that, has done that, and we are all now seeing the fruits of her labor. So please stay tuned for this beautiful interview with my friend, and I'll see you later. What is your name?
My name is Manassaline. Manassaline Coleman. Manassaline Blessing Coleman.
Love it. And where do you live?
I live in Bali, Indonesia.
Nice. How long have you lived in Bali, Indonesia?
So I lived here consistently for 2.5 years.
Nice. Okay.
And I just went to Bangkok, lived there for 6 months,
Yeah.
and now I'm back. This is my base. I have my Kitas here, which is, I'm an investor, so I have a business here actually. I have my clothing brand called Daya Ise.
I know, look at that. There's like all these like different offshoots. We've been talking for a while, but like we didn't even learn about this one yet. Okay,
Yeah.
Clothing brand.
I have a clothing brand called Daya Ise, which means thank God. And I'm considered a investor, so I can stay here for 2 years legally.
Oh, okay. So that's
and
different
have
than
a
like the classic
business.
process of just like, okay, I'm an expatriate and like.
Yeah, so
Is it expatriate, expatriate?
expat. Just
What is
expat.
expatriate? I don't even know.
So when you come here, you can get a business visa, you can get an investor visa like Akitas, or you can just do like a tourist visa.
Gotcha.
I was kind of living off of that, but the thing is you have to do a visa run.
Right.
So after 30 days, you have to like leave the country.
Got
and
you.
that gets annoying.
Right. That's like kind of limiting in how long. Right.
And then the business visa, you can do maybe like, you can stay for 4 months. Eventually, you just have to keep leaving.
Yeah.
So I was just like, you know what, let me just get my Kitas. I like it here, so.
Wait, so you came here before the pandemic, right? 2020.
So right after graduation, instead of getting a job, I booked a ticket to Bali. Like
A one-way ticket.
Yeah,
A one-way ticket.
No. Well, yeah,
Yeah.
kinda. And then like I had to go back to the States because
Yeah.
I had a ticket. I had to go to the court to pay my ticket.
You did not get a ticket. I was like, oh, you had an airline ticket. No, you had a ticket.
No, I had like a court ticket.
Okay.
So I had to go back.
Yeah.
And then COVID happened, and then like right at the was like 2020, 2021. Right when we started talking about COVID, I was like, I'm not liking this.
Yeah?
I'm not liking the sound of
Wow,
this.
you
I started
had a really good
researching.
intuition on that.
Oh yeah, I started researching how to get the hell up out of America.
Oh my gosh. Oh, your intuition is spot on.
It's spot on. It's actually really good.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So you were like, I'm sniffing that this is going to turn for the worse.
Like immediately, I was like, no, because I already don't like America. Like America does not feel safe to me as a country. So I felt like, okay, if the world is about to go down, this country is definitely not gonna have my back.
It's like not. I can imagine like based on past handlings of crazy things that like, okay, this is like using skills to know that they're not gonna handle this.
They're not gonna care for us the way we need to be cared for. And my only reference of like livelihood was when I was in Bali. So I was like, well, Bali, they use their hands, they farm. Because my mind was going to the apocalypse is about to happen, right? So I was like,
those first few days, I was like, why is there no ketchup? Like, what is
literally the toilet paper is gone. It's
ketchup?
crazy.
I feel like ketchup and condiments and toilet paper were like the first things to go. And I'm like, so y'all are like hoarding ketchup for the apocalypse?
So like I was like, okay, well, in Bali there are fruit trees, like there are coconuts, bananas. So I was like, I want to live somewhere when shit goes south. We can thrive. We can still thrive with
like,
the land.
You know, this is all right.
So that was literally why I came. I was like,
that's like a crazy time to make that transition. That's amazing.
And I did it when like, oh my gosh, when I came here, they shut down the borders like 5 days after. Literally 5 days after, no one could enter. So like I came, if I didn't listen to myself.
Did you have like a piece of yourself that was like, okay, how am I going to get home if things go wrong? Or you were like, no, I'm sticking this out. I know it's better here.
It's better here.
What does your family say?
They were like, why, what are you doing over there? It's COVID. I'm like,
what is happening right now?
I'm like, America don't like y'all. I don't know why you're over there.
Yeah.
And like, I'm always going to choose my well-being because I feel like my well-being is going to emulate to my family. I don't think staying next different with like, if people are sick, go home. But like, I feel like outside of just being around the family, just to stay there because the family says, I don't know. I don't resonate with that. I felt like right now the family's good. I'm gonna go over there.
Yeah. No, I think that's like actually important as like a young person, and I think women are just now getting to this space to be able to do this, because young men have been doing it
especially
for a long
as the
time.
elder, like the daughter in the family too. It's like we're so protected, which is nice. But then it's like, yo, my brother, no one cares.
Yeah.
My brother left
like,
the house
whatever.
to move to North Dakota randomly. No one checked for him.
North Dakota?
Why? So like, I kind of had to like give myself that autonomy.
Yeah,
the
permission to like go and like I feel like there's definitely got to be a time in your life where you are living for you, doing for you, like following, even if it's just an inkling, like you were saying, okay, I want to be a yoga teacher, like let me go explore this for a little bit, and you can always go home. You can really
always go home.
You can always
I can always go
that
home now.
The emphasis of this entire thing is like go where you
You're
want.
never
you can always go
stuck.
home.
That's the thing. People are so scared to travel because you think you're stuck. You're not stuck.
Except for you when the border shut down and you were.
But I could still leave. I could still leave though.
Yeah.
I still was able to try. It's just like I wanted to be here.
Yeah.
I chose to be here. I wasn't really stuck. I'm never stuck. I'm still here because I want to be here.
So what have you found to be things that are like on the difficult side of like coming and committing to be like living here, like as an expat?
The only difficult part is that majority of my friends and family are in America.
Yeah.
If I could bring everyone here, my life would be
like, this is different.
1,000% amazing.
That's what I noticed in Hampton too. I felt like I don't need a place. I need the people from the place. You know what I mean? And it's like, once you have the people, once you develop a community, then it's like, all right, I feel home again.
Yes.
Home is within you.
Right. Like even going to Bangkok for the 6 months, I made a community there. So now I can go to Bangkok at any time and feel home.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I love traveling. I feel like you can travel and then make little pockets of home, of space.
Because you can meet good people.
You can come back to Bali now. You in Bali.
Look at that.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
I love that so much.
Yeah.
So did you find it? That's hella annoying.
Everyone have a good day except those people.
Did you find it though when you were developing your community here? Did you find it easy, hard? Was it like being able to find even like other brown people? Did that
That's
matter
a good question.
to you?
It did.
Okay.
So when I first came, I was kind of on my solo vibe, just like coming to heal, really, like just realizing like the slower life is kind of what I need to be in. So I was kind of here for a little bit, and then actually the first time I came right after graduation, I got invited to a party in Ubud. I'm walking down the stairs, I see a black guy with locks. I literally pull his lock. It's like, black man! I missed you. And then I met him and his friend, and then they started creating this group called Black in Bali, which is so much bigger now.
I was gonna say, my friend went to one of the Black in Bali things. She was here before I got here, but she went to one of the Black in Bali events.
So like they kind of just invited me to like, and that's where I met the black people. I lucked out. I met the.
You're like, I go where black people go.
Right. So I met the leaders of them, and then they kind of like just put me in the family.
Yeah.
So from that month, and I went back to COVID. When I came back, I kind of just met them again.
Yeah.
And then I just went to a cafe one day and met a beautiful black lady. Ahlam, if you're watching this, I love you. And we just kind of I feel like when you meet one person you can be with, then you kind of just go on the journey together.
Feel more home. You feel more, and then they introduce you to people.
Right.
Yeah. No,
and then plus the family at home, I've never really felt like alone or anything. The only thing I wish was America was a little bit closer to fly more often.
Yeah, that flight is something special.
The flight is a flight. But yeah, I wouldn't like Bali in general is easy to like acclimate to because
I was gonna say, as much as like it is a different country, it feels very easy because I feel like the infrastructure has already been put into place, and like recognizing like English is spoken.
It's
pretty
very
widely.
accommodating.
It's not
for us.
It's not. I think the one thing that's getting me right now is the sidewalks and
there are no sidewalks. We drive on the sidewalks, on the grass, on the everything, yo. There are no lanes. There are no rules here.
Yeah. That's been quite interesting. What do you do to sustain yourself? I don't feel like that's I ever want that to be my first question, because I hate the what do you do? Yeah. It's not who are you, but what do you do?
I think it's important though, because exactly. And like traveling, I'm like, every time I'm on people's stuff, I'm like, what do you be doing,
right?
girl?
I know people look at my story and they're like, literally, how do you have this money?
So I'm a graphic designer. Okay. So with that, I do social media management. So I create content for brands. Right. I'm a graphic designer, social media creator.
Got you. Okay.
So I didn't even know this lane existed. I just graduated with my degree through making my designs and my aesthetic of gradients and colors.
Which are beautiful, by the way.
I went viral from doing that because when George Floyd died, I made a post just teaching people how to virtually protest, and that went incredibly viral.
Which is a beautiful thing to go viral for.
Yeah.
You didn't have to go viral for your ass.
I didn't.
And I want to congratulate you on that.
Thank you.
It's a nice ass.
I went home. Thank you. Actually, this is really cool you brought that up because I deleted all my personal pictures from my page because I didn't want to be known for me. I wanted to be known for my mind.
Yeah.
So I started leading with that.
Nice.
That's why I started sharing my design, sharing my words.
That's got to be so much more vindicating to know that, like, while you are a beautiful woman,
it's just like, I mean,
your mind is even more beautiful.
Now I'm like getting into the modeling is gonna be like, let's
you're like, I'm still here.
So went viral for that in 2020, 2021. That one viral moment has literally been the thing that's been sustaining me.
Yeah.
Because I did it correctly, I feel.
But it's not, I was going to say, like, it's not, it was the moment, but I think a lot of people can't follow up on the moment because that's not who they are, you know, and they had like a moment, whatever, but like you really are this person and you've continued
literally
to follow up with more and more beautiful concepts and ideas and a book and so many amazing things.
Yeah. That's why, like, I know people are like, don't push for virality. No, push for the go viral.
It's kind of like a necessary evil, right?
Yeah, no, I say push for not like literally push for it, but create and be excited to go viral and use that moment. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I guess like all of us should just be hoping for like, okay, I want to go viral, but not for like this dumb cat video that I posted the one time.
Create because you want to create. The reason why I went viral was because I solved a problem. It was a service. I went to protest and I realized that people are sick. People shouldn't be in the streets. This is actually dangerous.
Yeah.
The internet is a whole nother world. Why don't we protest on the internet too?
And it's kind of the future world if we're being honest about it. It's like, yes, physical things will always matter, but like we're moving in the direction of the internet being its own separate world.
And that post, people donated like $4,000 to. I didn't even mention this.
Yeah.
People were like, "Thank you, this is a great post." Like,
I think people like wanted to be able to feel like they're doing something, and they also wanted to be able to feel. Because for me, it's like, you know, a lot of organizations are kind of faceless, nameless, not really actionable. So to find an organization or a person that's doing something that's actionable, and it's like, you know, that this
so
is
many
supporting.
languages. Yeah. It was my life. That whole time was like people were translating in different languages, Portuguese, Chinese, like German, like all of these languages.
That's so powerful.
Like worldwide. I got interviewed with like Vice, like it was so amazing.
Wow.
Just from making that, and I felt this burning passion to make it. Like I was
when
so
you made
obsessed.
it, did you feel like, okay, this is the thing that's gonna take me?
I didn't, just because I deleted my page, right? And within like 2 weeks, I made that post.
Yeah.
Like, I went viral within such a short time of starting something.
Yeah.
Like, imagine you're like, I want to do this, and then like
next week
it
it's
actually
like,
works,
you know, people
right?
are always like, well, it's not going to be instant.
Right,
It's not going to be instant. And then it's like, okay, well, it was instant.
Right.
Don't listen
to her. It might. I don't know. And so, like, yeah. I don't know. I think because, I don't know what we're just talking about. My brain just went blank.
Virality and how the post that you made, one of the first posts that you made for how you wanted to be seen was received.
Exactly, because it was what I wanted to be seen as. I was able to sustain that till now. And like, it's evolved, of course, but it's still the thing. So because I went viral, I then found that, there's a social media world for graphic designers.
Yeah.
Like, I can create for
you found all the things that are true to you, and you combined them into something that's like beautiful and amazing and well needed. And nice.
And then other brands started reaching out to me. Can you make stuff in your aesthetic? Everyone knows the gradients right now, but when I was doing it, not a lot of people knew.
Yeah, that was something that was like a brainchild of yours. And I would venture to say that a lot of people who are doing the gradients have been inspired by you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I was one of the first creators of that, you know?
Nice.
So, like, I got paid to do that. That's why I was saying Bumble reached out to me for one of their campaigns to, like, make their campaign in my art. So,
I think people like don't not everyone. A lot of people do understand the power, but a lot of older people like don't understand the power of marketing and like what businesses that are new today need. And graphic design is definitely one of those.
It's a massive industry.
It creates like the ethos of whatever your brand is going to be. I mean, same thing with like fashion and working as a model. It's like people think, model's just a pretty face, but like they handpick models based on how they want their brand to be received.
To align, because you align with their brand. Absolutely.
Seriously,
so,
down to like your skin skin color, your height, your weight, all of that is like how this is like marketing. People don't get how deeply psychological this goes.
It's so deep.
Because if a brand has plus sizing now, that changes. Like some people love it. Some people are like, oh, this is less exclusive now. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like it's all connected. It's amazing.
Yeah, so I kind of created my own lane with graphic design and social media, and that's how I sustain myself.
Yeah, nice.
So now I do social media management. So I create content and I also like manage
other people, like other accounts, or do more like businesses accounts kind of thing?
I do like personal accounts that can pay.
Got you. Right.
Yeah,
it's not free out here.
Yeah.
Gifting is cool, but like, we gotta get past.
So literally, some
gifting.
of your favorite Instagrams, it's me creating the art, but no one really knows it's me.
You're like the guy behind the mask.
Yeah. So that's what I do.
Pull off the mask and it's Manaz.
Yeah.
So what has your experience been like being a black woman, being a darker skinned black woman in Asia?
I love it.
Okay.
I mean, I haven't had any issues.
Yeah.
The only time I had an issue was when I went to India. It wasn't really an issue. This lady was she looked at me, she's like, nigga.
Like it just came out?
I think she was just shocked. It was like a really old town too, so I was like, I didn't take it too seriously. I was just like, girl, we don't even use that word anymore. Like, no. She said Negro. She said Negro.
I was gonna say nigga's like very colloquial.
She said Negro.
You know what I mean?
She said Negro, and I was like, you are so vintage. Like
you're old.
You're old. You're so old. So like, I really didn't care.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah.
I've never actually really
that's interesting. Like,
any.
I have a friend who had an experience, and this was recent, and we were in Ubud, and it wasn't a Balinese person, it was, I'm gonna say Chinese.
Yeah.
But we were at a temple, and we were taking photos, so it's like not like the lady was just like, let me take a photo. But we were taking photos, and a guy comes up to us, and he says, he was a tour guide, and he goes, oh, my guest wants to take a picture with you. And she kind of was like, oh, no, thank you. Like, she was very gracious about it and, like, moved on. But I'm just like, that was not something I expected. And, like, we talked about it. And I definitely had to, like, embrace the fact that, like, that's not been my experience. Like, I have people tell me all the time, oh, I like your hair. Or, like, is it real? And I'm like, it's real to you. Like, yeah. It's real.
Yeah.
But, like, that was one of the first experiences I've even had with somebody traveling where they were like even commented on or anything else like
definitely
that.
Gets stopped more. Like in Singapore, I cannot just eat and exist in Singapore. There was always someone just like trying to get a picture. That happens all the time, but I haven't felt unsafe. I haven't felt unwanted. I haven't felt
just more of a curiosity, you would say.
I think you're more curious if anything.
I would think that as well, but also like I'm not gonna like make a judgment or pass a statement on anything because I know like it's not received the same. I fully understand that. Yeah,
but I would say I feel good.
Yeah, no, that's good to know. That's really good to know. Yeah, I know that's probably a lot of black expats also like
a fear.
The criteria list. You know what I mean? There's like obviously price of like where you're gonna move to,
and
lifestyle,
and can we actually live there for real?
Can we live there safely, not being judged all the time, stared at all the time. So it's really good to know.
Also, I think because places like Papua, like they are just as dark as me. Like they have Afro hair. Like they have shops here where they braid our hair. Like there are braiding shops out here. So like
I've seen some of those, but I see some of the photos and I'm like,
no, but there's like actual shops that like know how to braid like properly because they braid 4C hair,
right? Because they're accustomed to the hair texture.
So I think little things like that really make me feel at home.
Yeah, it's definitely like a revolutionary thing to do as a Black American to leave America, and I think it's been like an idea played around with forever, but most Black Americans are not able to necessarily break out of. I don't want to say the Matrix because that sounds so cheesy. I hate when people use that because it's not even a Matrix for real. Like, shut up, guys. But
just breaking out of a life that is really not truly fulfilling to you.
Yeah,
you know it's not fulfilling, but the unknown is just a little scary. You know, try.
Yeah.
Even if it's a week.
Love it.
Yeah.
There's no harm in trying.
No.
And also like the amount of digital jobs and spaces that you can exist in now is like unprecedented. So if like you're not able to try something and switch it up, then like just keep trying.
And
if that's really what you want.
I'm even seeing how other people travel out here, which is like for example with my skill sets as visual, like I went to go visual design. I use graphic design because it's the easiest thing for people to grasp on. But for graphic design, people will like do exchange like services. So you stay at like a hostel or stay at like a really nice hotel and just do like, their services and you get free housing.
That's how a lot of travel happens as well. It's like you're creating content for the brands. And then you're able to like live and stay and stuff like that. And that's a very valid path to making it to monetization as well.
It really is. So if you are someone that's like, I don't have a client, I don't have this, maybe you have a little bit of money saved, go try to find like a work exchange.
Yeah, build yourself up. There's so many paths and ways to do it. Okay, so the question I have to ask, you've told me some about this, but dating. Did you date a lot here before you met your mans?
No. Let me tell you right now, the dating world is sucky out here.
Yeah? Okay.
It sucks.
Okay.
I will say the ratio of the amount of women that travel versus men. And usually when men travel, they're with the woman.
Yeah. It's always, I feel like it's not always, but it's oftentimes spurred on by like a woman being like, babe, let's take a trip.
Yeah, right? Yeah. So what happens here is like the ratio is just crazy out here.
So it's like being a Hampton.
It's Hampton 2.0. It's literally Hampton, yo. Oh my gosh, like we'll be in the group chats and men are like, how do y'all expect us to stay monogamous? There's just so many beautiful women out here.
Ooh, that's so icky.
It's like, what are you talking about? I didn't really date. I was more so focused on I remember when I first came, I downloaded Hinge, met a guy. We ended up just being friends.
Yeah.
He was a black guy, it was cool. Since then, I just kind of like live life. it was God that sent me my boyfriend.
Yeah.
I was just chilling, vibing. Yeah. Before I met him, I committed to myself, writing down like, this is who I am. I'm loving myself. Like, really, do you know when you have that moment where you're like, the work. Like, I really did the work and like called him in and manifested him. Girl, let me tell y'all, dream capsule.
Whip it out.
I write down everything I want. Okay, I wrote down everything I wanted. Like.
But yours is literally crazy because he's also from Maryland.
He's from Maryland.
And like he was delivered to you on a platter.
Literally. I've been listening to his music before meeting him.
Yeah.
Fell in love with his music before I fell in love with him. Amazing.
It was meant to be.
It was really meant to be. And I really believe like when you center your well-being, everything else will follow.
Falls
you just don't know when.
Yeah.
You just don't know when. Don't focus on the when. But like I will say, because my parents would call me, my dad, I have a conversation with my dad, he was like, you want to get married, yeah? I was like, He's like, you're in Indonesia.
He's like, 1 + 1 is not equal.
It's not equal to 2. I'm like, So, where are you going to find
What is your
that?
path? What is your story?
I was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
God will provide, you know?
I need to be more like you. I really do. But realistically speaking, your story does not sound that irregular from girls who literally live in LA, live in Atlanta, it's just not, like, it's not a simple path for most people. Like, they're literally, like, lists of cities. It's like, don't date as a black woman in this city, this city, this city.
No,
this
literally.
City. So
I didn't know I was going to find black love. I actually,
Indonesia?
I got to the point where I was like, you know what, maybe I have to let go of that path. Because I feel like a lot of, I really wanted black love. Yeah. I really wanted to be with a black person.
Yeah.
I know that's not for everyone, but like I did. And I was also at the same time okay because I'm a traveler. Like God will send me whoever.
You embrace what is supposed to be for you. You kind of have to.
Right. I wasn't so like, no, black love. But like if it happens, would be nice.
Yeah.
So like the fact that it did, I'm just like, wow. Yeah. No matter where you are, you can get what you want.
Right. No, dude, that's powerful. That's a clip right there. No matter where you are, you
can get what you want. Yeah.
Whew. Yeah, well, I mean, for me, I think, like, it exists in a space where I'm just, like, I'm dating, I'm experiencing things, but I just get so scared by the statistics, you know? That
like
are like,
what?
Oh, wow, like, you're more likely to meet somebody you were going to marry in college than any other time of your life.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, you're more likely to meet somebody in your career. And I'm like, no offense to my career. Love it. But the majority of gay men are the only men I ever
Do you know how,
with.
like, sad I was? Because I was like, was Hampton the time we were supposed to secure? I was like, damn, I missed my time to secure.
That does not bode well. But
out here,
beautiful.
Just vibe. Travel, because like also it's very important as someone like you want to travel. Like I wanted to meet someone that also wanted to travel.
Yeah, no, that's really hard because
I was actually terrified
when you meet people and you're just like, oh wow, like our interests align, and then they're like, oh, you know, I could stay in America and never leave. And I'm like, oh.
Right.
Because it takes a certain kind of person to want to leave, to want to travel, to want to spend their money on that. You know what I mean? Because I mean, people are allowed to distribute money how they choose, but it's not cheap.
It's not cheap.
No matter, you could say backpack this, that, whatever. I don't personally want a backpack.
Hell no.
It's not for me.
Not for me either.
I did one. I did one,
and I did a private room.
I think it's just like I'm past that, you know what I mean? Not beyond it, not
Hell
that it's
no.
worse or less or anything, but Yeah, the whole sharing thing.
Not my vibe. Not my vibe. Yes, I felt so bougie in the house. I was like, can I get like the better rooms by myself?
Like, can I get a fresh towel?
Yeah. No, absolutely. But I think something that I tell myself all the time is like, if you exist, someone exists. Someone exists too, girl. Like that matches you, and there is more than one. It's not just one person, but you will find
and like
that
ways
person
to learn about different, like maybe somebody you didn't think was exact, but then like you find like, oh wow, I didn't know my soul needed that. I didn't know that that's something I could mesh with and meld with well.
Literally. So all the women out here, I literally sent this lady on Threads was so sad. Like, when am I gonna find? I'm like, just hold the belief that like if you exist, someone is someone. There's a mirror and live. Continue living, but know that someone out there is a mirror of you. Just don't be so like focused on like when or like every time you meet someone, that's my man, that's my person.
Girl, because I know I'm the main one. I'll be like, well, I know what our kids are gonna look like, so I don't know. I mean, the whole time it's like the second date. I'm like, well, what are you gonna do now?
But I guess prioritize your well-being. Write down exactly what you want. Know what you want first. Don't just have it in your head. Write it down. Know it for a fact, and then just go about your life.
Yeah, seriously. Live your life. My advice, even to like, and this is like kind of an offshoot, but like to my little cousin, because she's in college now, I'm like, have a lot of friends. Because you never know. You know what I mean? Like, you never know. Like, I don't know. Men in college are just not like. I'd like to think that that's not their final form. For like Pokemon, they keep leveling up, but like college is not the final form. So it's like,
if you secure someone in college, I'm praying for y'all.
But I do feel like college relationships, like, not to get too deep into relationship stuff, but I feel like college relationships go through a lot of shit.
So much.
And it's like, you can, if you're willing to go through that shit, I think it's worth it.
I think so,
you know?
too. Yeah.
But I think even like in my college relationships, like, you were gonna see a lot of shit, and I don't just mean cheating, I mean lots of shit, and a lot of evolutions and career switches and life switches and stuff, which I guess relationships do, but college even more so. Your brain is like this clay piece that's still trying to solidify.
Absolutely.
So my final question, Manaz, is if you had a baby Manaz right now, whatever time period you want to think of, maybe it was like in 7th to 8th grade, and when you didn't go into 7th grade, and you could tell her like something that would have changed up your life path or maybe brought you here faster or whatever, what would that have been?
Girl.
Throwing you on the spot for real. Honestly, if it's something simple, say that.
Girl, you know damn well you didn't want to go to college, girl. You knew you did not want to go to college.
I like how she's looking dead into the camera. She said,
yes. First, like, I just feel like I've always known that the traditional life was not for me.
Yeah, always.
To my core.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's amazing. Because that clarity is something people don't get.
But I always question my clarity because I wasn't supposed to be so clear at that age, you know?
People probably like, are you sure?
Right. No, you're supposed to go.
Yeah, which you can't blame them for, you know what I mean? Like, people, they're just trying, you hope in your best interest, but you knew.
But I would say, one, actually quit. It's okay to quit. It's okay to quit stuff. It's okay to, like, if you thought you liked something, you change your mind and quit. It's okay. I feel like we're so scared to pivot. We're so scared to change our mind, and then you get stuck in this life that was actually just supposed to be for like 1 month.
Yeah.
Now you're
just
living
an experience, not all of your life.
So I would say, just to myself, those moments when I knew that it wasn't right, it didn't feel right, I should just leave, just quit it, just pivot in that moment, because you can always go back to it if you want to, but to kind of endure because we kind of glamorize like enduring things. Struggle,
and sometimes struggle is worth it. You're struggling for something or towards something, but a lot of times you're just struggling in vain, girl.
My saying is, I did not come here to suffer. I didn't come here to suffer. That's it.
I think that's a good place to end it. I'm so glad to have been able to have this meeting with you.
You
this
too.
is like everything.